Hi, I'm Stefan, the BMW DIY guy, and I want to show you how you can easily install an H3R Performance extinguisher into your car. All right, y'all, so this is a really simple project, and this really can be done in any brand of car. You know I'm a big BMW guy, and we're going to be using a BMW today as an example. But this is going to be a roll cage mount and really can go into any car with a roll cage. So no matter what brand, what model of car that you're driving, you got a roll cage set up, you should definitely think about having this in your car. Now, like I said, this is a roll cage setup, and I've got the under seat mount in my BMW M2 Competition, and I have a degree of comfort to have it in my car. If I ever have a problem where I need an extinguisher, or if I'm out on the road and I need one, I know I have the right tool on hand. It's not water, it's not powder, it is the correct tool to use in an automotive fire. So for me, it's common sense. To me, it just makes sense to have in my car. Now, if you've got a roll cage, you're probably a track rat, and this is a perfect thing to have in your car and something you should have. You might save your car, you may save someone else's car someday, so definitely consider putting this in your car. Now, let's go ahead and get started. It's a really easy install. All right, guys, so one of the very first things you want to do is assemble kind of this bracket that it's going to go into, and it has all the parts that you need, and it comes with a little Allen wrench. So all I really have to do is just loosely assemble this all together. Now, you can put these rings on the extinguisher first if you want, but in this case, I think it's going to be easier to just kind of guide it all in together. And the real key is going to be not scraping up the extinguisher as well once we put this on. So I'm just going to put this all into place really nice and loose here and get these screws in. And then we'll snug them down once we're on the extinguisher. Plus, the other thing that we want to look at while we do this is really the position and what kind of the orientation of the extinguisher, but you're going to really know that the best once it's in the car. Okay, so go ahead and get these on, put these other two screws in, get it loose, and then we're going to slide it on to the extinguisher itself. Okay, so once you have this on, and you can change this position if you'd like, if you just loosen up two of these screws, and you can slide it up and down a little bit higher depending on what position you want the extinguisher in the bracket itself. Now when you look at the mounting plate, that's where this V foot kind of fits in, and it has this locking lever on it. Now this locking lever is adjustable, it's pretty tight already, and that's where you've got this locking nut on the side, and you'd use your Allen wrench to either tighten or loosen this. I'm going to put it pretty snug because that way it all locks down in this place and it isn't going to rattle. But as you can see, it's got these 4 holes on the base. So when we take this back off, this is where we're going to put these collars with these 4 screws, and 2 each through this base, and that's what we're going to attach to the roll cage. All right, guys, so once you have these brackets installed, you can see with those 4 bolts right there, go ahead and pull out the bolts on this side to take the other half of this off, because these are going to be what clamps onto your roll cage itself. So let's go out to the car, let's get this installed. All right, guys, so now your install point is going to be different pretty much on every car depending on where your race cage is. Now in this particular case with this diagonal cross member, we're going to install the bracket right here. So make sure to have the unlock tab available, have it close so you can reach it, and this also will be reachable from the driver's seat. Now it's going to be a little bit hard to show with only one hand, but as you can tell, I've got the other sides of the brackets off. So all you're going to do is set this up against your bars, hold the other side up, and then slowly, evenly drive in those little Allen bolts on either side to secure this in place. Now, you're going to make sure it's in a good location, so it may take a little bit of adjustment and time, but just get it all set up and connected, and then we're going to add the fire extinguisher, and we're going to be set. All right, y'all, we are successfully installed. This looks really, really good. The mount is fantastic. Keep in mind, if you need to adjust space a little bit, you can adjust the bracket on the extinguisher itself, slide it up in it or down at all, put it in a correct orientation that it's not in the way, and really is a fantastic mount. This is a really wonderful upgrade to have in your car, especially in a race environment, something like this where you've got a roll cage, and always good to have this handy either for your car or someone else's car. But as you can tell, this is not a hard install whatsoever, so make sure to check this out. Go ahead and clean up, put your tools away. All right, y'all, all done. As you can tell, this is super simple. This is something you should absolutely consider having in your car. As I look at all these cars back behind me today, getting track ready for the season, this is something you should consider. Now, even if you're not a track rat, this is something you should have in your car. So take a look at the under seat mount that I've got in my M2 Competition, or Something really easy like this roll cage mount, to have it handy just in case. It's like having insurance. You hope you never have to use it, but if you do, you're going to be grateful you've got it. Thank you so much to H3R for making such a fantastic product that works so well and is really, to me, an absolute no-brainer to have in your car. Appreciate you watching. Please click like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference to my channel, and I have a ton of content coming that I can't wait to show you. Really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on my next video.